Let's watch it. NPC syndrome, get well soon.
Everything that I did was wrong.
Lucky and pretty privileged expired.
I'm gonna
Rosé.
go on
Rosé.
chat.
Rosé.
Who? Who? Omega Lil who?
But brand is timeless. How did a small weakness in branding delay Rosé's success for 7 years?
Idols? Yes.
That's a lie.
Is this a lie detector, bro? Bing, 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 bing.
Oh my gosh, I'm gonna cry.
If there was one person born with side character syndrome, it must be Rosé. Despite a high following,
I've
a
heard of
powerful
her.
vocal, angelic face, and the rest of Blackpink as her bestie, for years, Rosé had everything except
Blackpink was
the plot.
massive.
She was talented, but not the face of Blackpink. She was beloved, but not the most viral. She had a distinct voice, but it was just another layer in Blackpink's powerhouse production.
보니까 블랙핑크의 신곡은 불장난이고요. NCT 127 노래는
Rosé wasn't forgotten, but she was only known for Blackpink for K-pop. The alluring dark place of wonders where beauty and
I
youth
loved K-pop
expire
back in the day.
faster than milk. And even the hottest girls get replaced
That's me
by
after
an
stream.
endless supply
Chat's not
of
here.
more hot girls. But the Rosé 2.0 as we know today is the
I grabbed
face
K-pop,
of Wise
though.
Tiffany, Skims, Puma, Billboard 100, broke size 12-year record for the fastest K-pop music video to ever hit 700 million views.
You're big, you're big. I mean, I'll go into the numbers, but yeah.
Is a Pinterest mood board for hair, lips, luxury fashion. The #1 girl, not just in K-pop now, but everywhere. Who got everyone from your ex to your neighbor's third aunt saying "apatsu."
I actually got this TikTok fucking recommended to me, man. Oh my god, this lady's everywhere.
Can I sing for you?
Oh my
All you
god.
gotta do is just meet me.
Oh my god, wait, stop.
That's the Rosé effect.
Yeah.
How does she do it?
TikTok.
More importantly, can she
Woo!
escape the K-pop expiration curse?
Like, just wait and see. I will show you.
That's like celebrities in general, though. I don't get it. It's such a catchy song, but I don't like it. Mostly because it's overplayed, man.
As your marketing bestie, who graduated top 1% UCLA Business Economics with a background in marketing, we're going to explore how Rosé successfully used 4 marketing techniques to go from one of the girls to the
I should take
#1
notes,
girl,
chat.
and how you can take things from her story and apply them to your dreams. Because branding
take
is not
notes.
just about putting your name on a t-shirt. A brand is how your dream college, dream job, dream boyfriend sees you. And yes, you have one. And I'm creating this
Yes! My
series to
dream
analyze pop
chat.
culture girl icons from a marketing perspective because of the power of influence they have over a generation of young girls.
Please sign my book!
I'm starting an email
Chat, that's how I scream for you when I fucking turn on stream. Wow! Chat!
list, and if you want early access to this exclusive community of trends, deeper dives, insights, make sure to pre-sign up in the link in the description. It's completely free. But what was not free was the price to pay for Rosé's fame.
Are they waiting for me right now?
Yeah.
Rosé 1.0.
Hi, girls and boys.
Roseanne Park Park Jae-yeon began singing and learned to play guitar and piano as a
Dude, she was
child.
so cute
At
as a
15, she went to an
kid.
audition as a joke that would change her life.
At
Coming first in
15?
700 participants, she signed with YG Entertainment, moved
Wow.
from Sydney to Seoul, and 4 years later was revealed as the final member of the girl group Blackpink.
Oh
In
my
Australia,
god.
I dropped out of school. I had never even imagined myself living apart from my family. I hadn't even slept more than 2 weeks out of home. It was
And they ripped her out of that. That is so fucked, honestly. That's so bad for a kid's health. Like their mental health just getting ripped out. No! Gradual thing, man. They signed her freaking life away. Yeah, Korean Corpa Borpa K-pop bullshit.
It really almost gonna cry.
And this began the streak of Rosé's
Yikes.
lucky and unlucky girl syndrome.
J-pop and K-pop.
Everything that I did was wrong.
On one hand, the appeal of Blackpink was phenomenal. Just branding alone,
Hot
it created
girls,
this
man.
powerhouse group that is hard not to like. Jennie with her effortless it-girl energy, Lisa's dance appeal, Jisoo's traditional elegance, and
Yes,
Rosé's great
queen.
vocals. The more successful the group, the more successful the individual artists. It's a no-brainer that the power of associations elevated each member's brand. However, this association was so powerful that it eroded Rosé's personal brand.
Oh, this is so awkward, man. I feel so bad.
I'm kind of scared.
Rosé was often perceived as the quiet, sweet Blackpink member,
I'm 자기야 몰라.
lacking a standout
And
person.
you also want to know why? If I had to guess, it's because all these girls grew up in Korea, and she's the one that was... She was born in Australia, very likely, and then her parents are Korean. So she's not integrated in the same way. I can relate to this because there's a lot of people who are like, oh my god, oh, you're Russian? You must be like so Russian. I'm like, I mean, kind of, not really. I didn't like grow up there or anything.
Personality compared to Jennie, the cool it girl, Lisa, the charismatic performer, or Jisoo, the elegant classic beauty, and often stood in the back in interviews.
I'm sitting on Rosie. 여보세요? 저 이기 승자는 저희 루저들만. 네, 여러분.
What?
So how did she go from shy girl to #1 girl in the world?
You're international.
Yeah, well, no, I mean, I don't even know what to say.
I've been listening to Blackpink since they debuted, and I'm
She
so
seems modest.
impressed
I don't
by how
know.
Rosé, who didn't initially catch my attention, slowly but surely built this robust, sustainable brand for herself, where she no longer needs to compete to be an it girl of Blackpink, but
Yes,
is
queen.
the it girl.
If you don't like it, then you don't like it. Just
Exactly. Period. There we go.
And all of this began with how she turned her quote-unquote weakness into a signature trait. Hence, success marketing factor 1. Playing the mysterious and exclusive game. Rather than
I need to do that, chat. I'm turning on stream right now, and you're not gonna hear from me for another 2 months. Yes!
forcing herself to be louder or a baddie like Jennie and Lisa, Rosé fully tapped into her nature of being the quiet, sweet Blackpink member, lacking a standout personality.
저는 인간 장미입니다.
Instead of fighting this, Rosé leaned into her softness and made it aspirational. She doesn't demand attention. She naturally holds it. The marketing lesson here is, if
Demands.
people think you lack a standout trait,
I'm getting
own
lectured
it
right
and
now.
refine it into something desirable. Instead of playing someone else's game, Rosé created her own game.
You were working really hard back there.
She is playing the long game and began pivoting away from just a K-pop idol, because as we know,
Smart.
the massive fame of K-pop fandom also has a very fast expiration date. So many
Yeah.
groups and idols with fans that will literally break laws for them get washed out of people's memories as newer groups keep debuting and topping the
That's so fucked too. Like they break the laws and disbands, and they just recycle a new fucking. Man, corpos ruin everything, man.
old. And even the most successful girl groups
You're
often
disposable.
cannot stay active for more than 10 years, which means all the individual brands will fade with a group. Whereas if you look at artists like Beyonce, Taylor Swift, Lana Del Rey, they are as relevant as ever and have long paths ahead of them. In fact, Beyonce is clearly thriving, but Destiny's Child was long gone. This is why, in order to escape the K-pop curse, Rosé needed to rebrand from a girl in Blackpink to an artist fast. Instead of sticking to Blackpink's dance-heavy, high-energy sound, Rosé pivoted hard. Her solo music, songs like On the Ground and Gone, aren't Blackpink-style anthems. The stripped-down acoustic performances with the genius move of always having
She can
a
sing,
guitar on
too.
stage differentiate her. The guitar that became part of her core visual identity now reminds people that she's
smart.
becoming a true musician
She also started with a guitar in her hand when she was a little kid. That's smart.
rather than just a performer. Rosé's social media presence is also not very saturated. She keeps a quiet luxury energy. Fans don't know everything about her, which makes her more intriguing. This strategy is straight out of the luxury marketing handbook. The less you see, the more valuable it feels, which ties.
Well, that also ties with not having it shoved in your face that the celebrity that you like eats freaking caviar every single morning. Yeah, that's just like, I feel like that's such a no-brainer to me, but I guess like rich people don't get that, and they're like, oh my god, I have to post about my caviar, egg and dinner, and with like salmon and stuff. Like, I have to post it, otherwise I'm just gonna die.
To the second key marketing strategy for the rebrand of side to main character. Second, visual branding. From cute and soft to edgy and ethereal. In an industry where visuals are everything, signature looks equal brand recognition. Like every other idol, Rosé used to switch in between styles, which is important for experimentation. But while Blackpink's members continue frequently switching up their styles, Rosé decided to stay
I wish I
with
could dress
one
myself. I need like a
timeless,
dresser.
high fashion aesthetic. Since 2018, when Rosé returned to blonde, she began making platinum blonde hair her signature identity. This works so well that even fans joke about how Rosé can't return to her darker hair because it will, quote-unquote, ruin her brand.
I wish my hair was a bit more blonde then.
I wouldn't give. I don't know. I guess I'm not that much of a parasocial. I don't get it. I think she's pretty no matter what.
It completely elevated her girl next door visual to a more high fashion, editorial, artsy styling, feeling more mature, cinematic, and timeless rather than trendy. Now some may argue, wait, didn't Rosé just recently change up her visual brand again, ditching her iconic straight hair for a softer, playful look with curls, as we see in this new chapter of her solos, especially with the efforts to collab with Bruno Mars with over 1 billion views on YouTube. Correct. And this rebrand of visual ties to her change in her audio brand as well. But notice how she earned the ability to shift and experiment freely after 6 years of a consistent visual brand, and did not go 180 like JoJo Siwa, but
I had no idea who JoJo Siwa was until this happened. This whole Kiss arc was insane. I was like, damn, who the fuck is this clown?
instead expanded her already strong visual brand with minor tweaks. In other words, this is a natural extension, not a conflict in branding. And it was needed for the introduction of a more playful brand to her voice. As her prior solos are more ethereal with a stronger sense of distance, this new visual of curls and shorter hair updos, more casual outfits, and more masculine cuts serve to expand her brand for additional variety. Thus, we of course—
Can you hire people to like fix your wardrobe? Yeah! I feel like I'm just still wearing like bands and t-shirts, man. That's all I do, bro. I have a few dresses and skirts and stuff, but I kind of just I get bored of them. Yeah, maybe I need like a rebrand, IRL, bro. A sundress. I do have one. I have two, actually.
Have to talk about the
One's
major
black, one's
third
yellow.
key marketing factor: associations.
Yeah.
The Bruno Mars Rosé collaboration was one that no one really saw coming, but made so much sense.
Fursuits! No.
What do we know about the Bruno Mars brand? Grammy-winning, critically acclaimed, and chart-topping artist with huge respect in the industry. Now, why should Bruno's brand be associated with Rosé's brand? Because undoubtedly, as a key member of Blackpink and a
Because money. Money.
notable voice in K-pop, she can in return help Bruno tap into the massive Asia market. In other words, a win-win.
Money.
The key personal branding of elevating associations isn't about how to force upon a positive association on yourself. It is to—
You know what else I can kind of liken this to is VTuber collabing. A lot of people don't understand that, like, if you collab with someone, there's usually like a give and take as well. It's interesting. I've watched the dynamics play out over like the last 3 to 4 years of watching other VTubers before I even became one. And I just thought to myself, like, damn, I mean, there's a reason why a lot of people don't collab with one another. If there's no overlap and there's no mutual benefits to it, people usually don't fucking want to.
You elevate your own brand to attract many other positive brands
There has to be some
create
sort of
a synergy
middle
that is
ground.
great for all parties. This is why Rose didn't just do this collaboration 7 years ago, but took the time to really establish herself through her years in Blackpink with a soft power, unique brand. Rose and Bruno Mars had probably not a huge overlap in audiences, but with their diverse audiences from the West and East combined, the results were phenomenal.
It's huge. It's gone everywhere.
Yeah.
It's #1 in 25 countries, everybody. #1.
That pre-chorus is one of the most addicting pre-choruses I have heard. I'm dead serious this decade. It's like pop perfection.
He's crazy. In my head, I envisioned it completely. I was like, yeah, it'd be crazy if he jumps on an APT. And instantly he texts me. He's like, what does APT mean? And I'm like, it's a Korean drinking game. And he's like, this is crazy. And he jumps.
Oh, that's what it means. Which knows what I know. I thought it meant like apartment or something. Or is it like a double entendre?
on it, and the rest is history.
Rose proved that she isn't just another K-pop idol trying to go solo. She's a legitimate artist who can hold her own among music's elite. And through the format of a collaboration, she de-risked alienating her fans while stepping beyond her Blackpink's image, especially through a new stylistic direction that follows Bruno's R&B, soul, pop, and old school influences, establishing that she is an artist who can not only stand alone in K-pop, but now popped the K-pop bubble and is on her way to be a global artist. But more than a global artist, how did Rose become the #1 girl?
#1 girl in your eyes.
And that,
Alana, are you considered a brand risk? Absolutely! What do you mean? What kind of question is that? How long have you been watching stream? I have to ask you that question. It's so obvious. Yeah! Wait, your name is Pogger Wogger Wide Peepo Happy. That is such a happy little name. I don't even know what to say.
has to do with Factor 4, the luxury crossover. Rose's team did a really good job in building her identity beyond just another K-pop idol, and this was a multi-step play, with step 1 being redefining her image with YSL and Tiffany & Co. Now this in itself is not out of the ordinary, as we see Jennie with Chanel, Lisa with Celine, Jisoo with Dior. It is a crucial
Oh my god, imagine, smuggle on a Chanel bag. Oh my lord!
step to bring the artist to cross niche away from just K-pop into high fashion, into pulp culture. And with Rose being the global face of Saint Laurent, she began embodying Parisian cool girl energy rather than just Korean idol glam. So naturally, the second step was to be seen at carpets like—
To be fair, I can't even talk. I'm pretty sure there is a HoloLive semi-luxury watch that was a limited edition for like Kali, Fuamoko, I think Takanashi Kiara, I think. Maybe I'm wrong. It was like a couple of the really big names in HoloLive. Yeah, they did that too. Oh my gosh.
the Met Gala Ken Lion dressed head to toe in YSL.
It
now
does
to be seen in the
happen.
light
It's
of an
rare.
established global artist, surrounded by other established global celebrities.
How do you say, hey everybody, I hope you enjoy APT.
APT 많이 사랑해주세요.
Can 하나를 좀 해주세요.
But this also brings up a major branding pitfall of creating too much distance with Rose's fandom. Because if we take a step back, who are Rose's main audiences? It's teen girls and young adult women who aren't casually browsing gowns from YSL or switching between collections from Tiffany, while still worrying about midterms or hustling to pay rent. Even though
That's what I think is like a big mistake. You should never like us again. The whole there was a League of Legends skin. This reminds me. I think it was Yves Saint Laurent or it was Coco Chanel. No, it was Dolce & Gabbana, wasn't it? they made a skin collaboration with League of Legends with one of the characters. And they did that, and I was like, who the fuck is the marketing brand for this? Like, who the fuck buys luxury clothing brands that plays League? Why would they even consider installing League to play the game? Like, it doesn't make any sense to me. Saudis? Yeah, but like, that's such a small market. Yeah. Ari? No, it was, oh my god, I can't believe this. Luxury fashion brand League of Legends skin. Oh, it was Louis Vuitton collaborated with a French designer from Louis Vuitton to make 3 skins. Yeah, that was it. Oh, what were they called though? Oh, well, it doesn't matter. But like, my point is there's like a disconnect, and I think that was like a mistake in my opinion. It was Kiana, the new support. What was her name? Oh, that doesn't matter. I'm just like, I'm going off.
Rosé's brand of aspiration is becoming more and more elevated. The previously bubbly and relatable girl next door that long-term fans fell in love with will start to lose that special connection.
Overwatch 2 with a Porsche collab? They had a Porsche collab in Overwatch 2. Oh, it was Senna. Yeah, you're right. It was Senna and Kiana. Yeah, you're right.
Which makes her brand lose a huge, unique advantage and just
So
become
weird.
one of the many pretty faces in Hollywood. Which is why the third step is the most strategic in my view. While having the luxury crossover in step 1 and notable carpet appearances in step 2 created a globally recognized elevated brand. To avoid falling out of touch with her young female demographic is to start having more crossovers with more accessible brands like Skims and Puma.
This Valentine's Day, everybody's wearing Skims.
And this is genius in 3 ways.
What is
A,
Skims,
it
child?
expands the association of Rosé to an even bigger, the next it girl. Not just in Korea, not just in Asia, but globally. Which brings up C, the completion of a global expansion campaign. The existing massive global fans of these brands are now aware of and will start paying more attention to Rosé. That makes this quiet, shy girl who used to be in the background the number one girl that blew the internet up with Bruno Mars, that is adored by the world of fashion, beauty, and more. Rosé's transformation
She's really
is
tall
proof
too.
that even if you start in the background, you can rewrite your narrative. She turned her softness into status, her quietness into exclusivity, and her visuals into branding gold. Once again, it just shows how lucky and pretty privilege can get you a head start. But
She's
brand
really pretty, true.
dictates how far you go. This is your marketing bestie, Zoe Unlimited.
Chat,
Episodes
make a
are
pretty
available
VTuber
on
model,
all
man.
podcast networks, Apple, Spotify, YouTube. Share this episode with someone to grow your brands together. Have a beautiful and amazing day, and see you next week.
Yeah! Clappies! I like fashion, but I'm not extremely fashionable. Mostly because I never had like a lot of money. I think like good fashion is expensive. It's like almost like a hobby, if that makes sense. I don't know. My mom was very fashionable, but that's because she like really tried to look out for good deals on clothes. We like cargo pants and flannels. I have 2 flannels, but they're like female flannels.
Oh yeah.